With Rocket League being a huge part of my life and having 4.2k hours on the game, I have been looking on how to make all players improve at Rocket League and give them something to focus on. So with myself consistently getting Grand Champ from since Season 3, I have decided to create the quick guide to get Grand Champ from Bronze 1 all the way up to Grand Champ. So enjoy. So guys, the first section is obviously for the bronze 1 to 3 players. First thing you want to do is basically go up to your options, and you do not want this camera shake button off. You want to take this off. So this is the settings I recommend as a beginner. Before you get used to anything, just try it out for yourself. Each one tells you at the bottom what it actually does. It is your personal preference, but I wouldn't recommend the default one, guys. So I'm going to do the same for controls. Make sure you slow the video down and take notes. So in this section, you want to go in free play. You are into the game. You're starting the game in bronze 1. So you just want to have a feel how the car moves with your left analog stick and how much boost affects the car with especially your movements. Flick into by pressing the jump button twice and holding a direction. You just want to have a feel how the car turns, just having a go of everything. Maybe go into some casual games, just to let you guys know that this game at the beginning takes a lot of time to get good at. You have to, practice and practice. Maybe about 40 hours into the game, you'll start getting hang of it. Maybe you get into the silver 3 gold zone. So yes, I want to move on to the next stage, which is a silver 1 to silver 3 ranks. And this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. Alright, so this is a section about positioning awareness, and it can be brought into the later game, but it's better to build up these fundamental things of Rocket League from the beginning, due to as it can give you an advantage at all situations at any rank. Positioning is very important in this game, and it can differ depending on what ranks you are playing, especially if you are playing ones. You have your own playstyle, so it's very difficult to judge on what kind of positioning you'll be taking, but how to shadow defense. In twos, it's very important that you know where your teammate is, so you have that awareness, and also positioning yourself so you know you're not going to double commit with your teammate, and put faith into your teammate, because in threes as well also it's just different to how to position yourself and be aware of your teammate, because there's an extra person in there. Threes and twos differ because you have the teammate to pass. You might have the ball going over here, and this is your teammate going to pass into infield. You have to be ready for these shots and be able to get to the ball before the opponents. So it is very important. It's going to be difficult to adapt to each game mode. We'll drop a link down below on useful positioning tips and videos that I found. So check the link down below. This tip does not have to be mastered right away. It comes throughout playing the game. So just watch the video down below and try to have an idea going forward in these ranks. Aerials in this game are essential. You need to be able to aerial to get to the ball much faster than the opponent. You need aerial to, basically in any situation. What I recommend if you've just started out on Rocket League is go into the training pack of aerial and click on rookie. And you just want to be able to hit the ball consistently at the start. You just want to be able to jump, tilt up, and boost at the same time. And the motion should actually start off like this. So you want to be able to jump, hold your left stick up, and boost. That's all you need to do for the beginning. You just want to be able to hit this ball and try and tap it into the goal consistently. Get more advanced in Rocket League in terms of mechanics, and maybe you're around maybe Diamond 2, Diamond 3. You want to be able to start fast aerials, and you can click on the All-Star difficulty. What you want to be able to do at this point is hold down X twice, and what this does is it gives you an advantage in the air before you use any boost. So you're using less boost and less time to get advantage in the air over your opponent. What you want to be able to do is hold down double jump and try and guide this into the goal. Maybe try and get a double touch off it. It really depends on what mechanical skill you are, but I only recommend this to Diamond 2 players. If you're any higher than this rank, please keep watching the video, because I have more tips for you guys to follow if you're not a Grand Champ just yet. People in Rocket League do not realize how shooting is very important in the game. At the beginning of the game, I didn't really realize how important it was until I got to Grand Champs. So there are many different scenarios in Rocket League where you need to predict how your opponent is going to save the ball. For example, when your opponent is at the near post, there should be two options. Either to shoot the ball to the left area of the goal, where the opponent is unable to reach it, or you can be clever to smash it high and near post, where the opponent won't expect it. In the end, I decided to shoot in the left corner of the goal to secure the goal. Another thing you can do to implement to your shots is to add aero into your shot. This is a mechanic that can be mastered pretty easily if you are willing to put some time into it. What you can do is go into custom training packs, and I will put the code on the screen and in the description. If what you want to be able to do is to go to the ball here and tilt your car and smash, and make sure it doesn't touch the ground. This will actually give you an advantage in a lot of situations where the opponents won't expect a shot, lower ranks, and you managed to get those angles. Again, I just can't emphasize enough that this is a video to give you an idea. You will not be brilliant at shooting right off the bat. What I'm trying to actually do is to get into your mind. It is important to keep in mind of where the opponents are and how you are going to place your shot. Recoveries are crucial in this game, as it can help you with how fast you can reach the correct position, with also a benefit of using less boost. There are currently in Rocket League two mechanics that can actually help you to recover faster. The first mechanic is the wave dash. There are many different ways you can actually implement wave dash into your game, and it's actually pretty easy to do. To do the wave dash, you have to jump and tilt the car with aero with the direction you want to go to, and jump again. And this is pretty basic. Another way to implement wave dash especially is off the wall. When you're on the wall and you want to land, you might want to do jump and use the wave dash again to get that little boost. The second mechanic is the notorious half flip. A lot of people use this mechanic for the same reason as the wave dash. To do the half flip, you have to reverse your car and flip backwards by holding diagonally left or right downwards on your left analog stick, and cancelling it by flicking back the stick again in around half a second in the other direction to cancel it. And this is the motion that it should look like. In Rocket League, it is important to be able to manage your boost very well in game. Knowing the pattern of the 12 little boost pads on the ground is very important, as you don't always need the corner 100 boost or the one in the middle on the side. You don't always need them to make a play. It is essential that you know the pattern of the little boost pad to help you get in rotation, to even leave it for your teammate. When you have an 80 boost, you don't need to be going for those corner boosts. You can pick up these pads off the ground. That's why they're in the game, to give you more of an advantage. A lot of people in lower ranks tend to hold their boost quite often, the boost button, when they're in supersonic like this, and they're just wasting boost at this point. You don't really need to be holding boost. What you can do instead of holding boost is jump diagonally and then boost, and then you use less boost to get into supersonic speed. So it is very important to keep in mind of your boost at all times, picking up these small pads to help you give you an advantage, and always feathering your boost. Not always holding it constantly to just waste your boost. There is no point. Another thing to keep in note is keep in mind of how long it takes for your boost to spawn back. These big 100 boosts take 10 seconds to respawn, whilst the small micro pads take 4 seconds to spawn. So when you are playing, it is nice to keep in mind of how much boost there are on the field, and also to keep in mind if your opponent's got any left. Next up is ball and car control. It's important to have ball and car control, as it gives you a lot of advantage. Especially having ball control can help with you being able to flick the ball very well into the corner, or even keeping up the ball up when necessary, or being able to dribble the ball very well. What I recommend to help you with your ball control is literally going into free play and running around the pitch with the ball on top of your car. And then once you're confident with this and you are on PC, I recommend downloading the Lethamyr's dribble pack to help you even more with the ball control, and trying to learn flicks along the way. I'm not going to too much into a tutorial on how to do flicks, there are many out there. I might even link one also down below to help you. Control also mean having control of the ball in the air. Very important to be able to air dribble at this point. So you just want to go up the wall with the ball and literally air dribble any ball into the net at this rank. You also probably want to be able to read backboard. You also want to be able to read backboard plays. So I suggest setting yourself up to get into real life game positions. You also want to be able to read double taps off the backboard and trying to get consistent with them as you go into champ rank. This is a section about predicting the ball's trajectory and how your opponents are going to move around the field based on how their car is positioned at the time. For example, some plays make it obvious where they are ball chasing throughout the game, so you may adapt and flick the ball early to get past the opponent. It is important to be able to have a mindset of where the ball is going next, just to give you that slight edge over the opponent, which I found it important around the diamond level. This is the final section about flip resets. When you become a champion player, you start to build consistency over every single of these mechanics, but becoming consistent with flip resets and other more stylish mechanics is only needed at these levels. Like I said, building the fundamentals of Rocket League is more important, and brushing on those mechanics is more important than trying to get more style points by flip resetting. You can put your teammates at risk and yourself by getting yourself in a bad position. So I recommend only perfecting this or start working on it as soon as you're in the champ area. I only recommend it if you're around the champ rank. Around this rank you probably start to understand the game more, and it's time for you to start brushing up on your mechanics and maybe adding a bit more complex mechanics such as breezy flicks and the musty flick, just to make yourself more threatening to the opponent. I've got a tutorial on flip resets which I'll put in the link below, and that's all I want to do for this video. This was just a quick tip on how you can get Grand Champ from any rank. If you follow these steps and you brush up on every single one of them, maybe do a bit of a research yourself, you are going to get Grand Champ anytime soon. It's nice to get that beautiful gold title. Maybe you can show off to your friends. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.